Today I'm going to be showing you the prompts that I use in my writing to create amazing stories using ChatGPT. Let's get into it. So in this presentation I'll be walking you through my favorite prompts to create realistic and detailed fiction within ChatGPT. There are a number of different things, and we'll just start at the beginning, which is the seed prompt. Now, sometimes if you already have an idea for ChatGPT and something you want to develop, you won't need this. But if you would like to just start from scratch, this is a good one to use. You say, give me, and then you enter a number. I usually enter something like 20. I want a lot of ideas. High concept pitches for a best-selling. Enter your genre, story with a unique twist, intriguing characters, and gripping emotional stakes. I find that when you add those last little bits, it tends to give me slightly better ideas. And that's where you can start. Then from there, I take whatever pitch that I got from that, the high concept, and give it to try and give us a synopsis. And so I'll say, using the following concept, write a story, a synopsis for a enter your genre book, and then you paste the pitch that you just received into that. This synopsis that is generated from this is important because it'll be used in a lot of these next pitches. For instance, this one is a world building prompt. You say, write a descriptive paragraph about a thing. And this can be usually something like society and culture, religion, magic systems, whatever it is you feel is needed for as a world building prompt. This is where you put that in. And then you say, considering the following synopsis, then you paste the synopsis that you've previously generated into that. Next, we have a character prompt, and this is to just generate a list of character possibilities for a novel with the following synopsis. Then you paste your synopsis. And that's a good way of getting a list of those initial characters that might be important for that thing. To add to that character prompt, I usually like to give something a little quirk, some kind of quirk to the characters, and so I use this prompt for that. I say, give them each an element of something unexpected, like an unusual hobby, pet peeve, likes or dislikes, etc., that makes their character more interesting. Make sure it is consistent with their character and doesn't clash with the character arc. And then we have a much longer character arc prompt. This is when I'm really fleshing out those characters. I'll say, write a character profile about, and you can say protagonist, antagonist, mentor, whoever it is that you're fleshing out of this novel, and then you paste the synopsis that you have. Then you say, here's what we know so far about this character, and then you put in everything that you know that you've developed so far. You might have your own ideas that you want to make sure are consistent in their character. And then you say, include the following elements. And this is where you can go nuts with all of the different things you can include there. You can say physical description. You can say personality traits, backstory, fears, motivations, internal and external. You can even get even more granular than that and say, give me their eye color, their hair color, all of this stuff, and whatever it is you want. So that's a very complex prompt depending on how much you want to do, but it's one of my favorites. Another complex prompt is this plot prompt. This is once I have all of the information that I want and I'm ready to actually start writing the prose of the novel. This is what I use. I'll say, write 1,000 words, roughly. It doesn't often get there, of a chapter using the following details, and then I'll enter the genre, the tone, the point of view, the setting, the key characters. So that'll be probably like a summary paragraph of the characters that you've developed thus far. The setting, I said the setting, the key characters, the summary, and so this is where you'll put a summary of the scene, which can be fleshed out in at other times. And then the conflict. I think conflict is such an important part of the story, so I want to make sure that there's always some kind of conflict mentioned at this point. And then I always end this with, make sure you have plenty of realistic dialogue, and be sure to show, don't tell, and use deep point of view, because that tends to create better prose that is a little less generic and a little bit more from the point of view of the actual character, and so there's a lot less telling. Then after you've written things, we get to the editing prompts. Now these are some of my favorites because they can be really useful. Even if you don't use AI to do your writing, a lot of these prompts can be useful for you. So first of all, this one, which says, take the following paragraph and add more description of, and then you can talk about the scene or the character, and you enter the paragraph below that. And that's a great way if you're like me, who I suck at writing descriptions. If you can identify an area or a paragraph or multiple paragraphs where you could add more scene description, this is a great way to do that. You can also do this with showing and not telling. So if you have a paragraph like this is showing too much or telling too much, you can feed it into ChatGPT and say, I need more showing instead of telling, maybe add extra dialogue here, that kind of thing. Another great prompt that I like to use, and I made a small video about this already, but it's to give it some text and say, take the following text and improve the flesh reading ease score of the text. So that if you ever have like any awkward sentences or paragraphs and you're not really sure how to improve it, you just want it to read better, this is a great way to improve the flesh reading score. And I think I'm pronouncing that right. And then here's another one. This one's kind of obvious, but it's worth mentioning. You feed it a certain amount of text and say, proofread the following passage, fixing all grammar errors according to, and then you enter in the style guide and then insert your text. And it's actually really good at doing this. The only downside is that it can't really do this in bulk very well. And so you need to only feed it maybe 500 words at a time, but it can still do a really great job. Then we get to marketing, and I only have a few here. Let's see. Yep, I got a couple. This first one is write a best-selling book description for a enter your genre book with the following synopsis. Again, you paste that synopsis in there, and it will pump out a best-selling book description. And this is a really great way to get those book descriptions for your books that you put on Amazon. It's a great way to get that marketing. It's still worth learning about what makes a good book description and really tightening it with that knowledge, because ChatGPT can only get you so far. If you really want, you can take another best-selling book description, put it into ChatGPT, and have it analyze what that book description is doing, and then tell it to write you a book description in that same style. That was kind of a game changer for me. Lastly, we have this one on write, and then you enter a number of ideas for an email headline about your subject with an audience of your audience. That creates a sense of curiosity. This is a great way to generate headlines, because I know that's the bane of a lot of authors' existence, is coming up with all those headlines that they send out in their emails to people. And so the creating a sense of curiosity, that's something you definitely want to have in most emails that you write. And so that's why that is included there. It usually comes up with some pretty good ideas, and it can at least get your ideas flowing. And that's it for this series on the best ChatGPT prompts. If you have prompts that you recommend, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. I want to hear them. I also have a document that takes all of these and catalogs them along with a whole bunch of others. Any other good prompts that I find, I put them in that document, and you can find that at nerdynovelist.com, which I will link to in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.